Ladies and gentlemen, it is actually with great pleasure that I bring you my live reaction. Well, not live for you, but reaction to Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode 3. King Joffrey is dead. Thank you so much for your feedback last video. I'm glad you guys were on the same page as me. I felt slightly evil, but at the same time, I mean, it's just that character, man. The amount of things he did to Sansa, just the build of the hatred towards him. Ah, man, that actor did a great job. Shout out to him. I I despised his character. Terrible, terrible king. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if his father's just going to take charge. I don't know if because he got married, if his queen will now be the queen, of all the land. I don't know. I don't think we haven't seen Arya, at least not last episode. And then I don't think we've seen Khaleesi for a little bit. So there's a lot of players still at hand, and I don't know what's going to happen. I really have no clue at all. But that's cool. It's good. And I was right last episode with my, something bad's going to happen at the wedding. I think it was mostly just my paranoia speaking, but then the music kind of led up to thinking that as well. I had no clue that King Joffrey was going to be a goner. I didn't spoil myself on that. I had no idea. I didn't know. I knew nothing about that at all. And that was a real nice treat, a nice surprise. I don't know who did it. It'll be interesting to find out more about that. Who caused the death of the king? That's something you're definitely going to be hung for, I'm sure. I don't think it was the imp. I really don't. I definitely think they think it's the imp. But I don't know. I don't know. So hopefully he'll be okay. I don't know if it's the last we've heard of his girl that he sent off. They had a bad interaction, the two of them together. And I mean, it broke my heart, but at the same time, it's better than her dying. So yeah, there's just been a lot happening. It's been an exciting season, and it's been rewarding. Finally, after seeing all the Starks die, finally there's a little bit of hope in this show. King Joffrey, he was evil. I would argue he was more evil than his father. His grandfather, I should say. I'm sorry. I would argue he's more evil than his grandfather, and that's saying a lot because his grandfather's pretty military, wanting to rule, and I don't know. It's been impressive. It's been impressive. So, yeah. I mean, I'm excited. This should be a good episode. They've all been good episodes, let's be honest, but this should be another good one. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it. Leave a like if you're excited, and let's get into this Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode 3. Oh, he does have a boat. He does have a boat. Okay, I was wondering. And of course they're going to blame her now that she's leaving, though. I don't think... I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know who did this, but I also forgot that Stannis Baratheon, put a curse on King Joffrey. I totally spaced that until I watched the recap. So, I don't know. Could be the Lord of Light. It could be the gods. I have my doubts, but I mean, everybody he wished harm upon is now dead, I believe. So there is that.
Lord Baelish.
Peter, are you hurt, my lady?
Oh wow! I was wondering when he'd be back. We haven't seen Lord Peter Baelish in quite some time. I wonder if the guy that rescued Sansa did it. I mean, he'd have a reason to hate the king when the king almost put him to death, and then he had him be his Joker, or what do you call that? Entertainment. But I wonder if he had something to do with it. He seems to be involved, but now Sansa's going to take the blame because she ran off. But, I mean, it's good that she's finally leaving if she ends up doing that. I don't know. Jeez.
Good, good. I'm sure you've had quite a fright. Rest easy. The worst is past.
Lord Baelish, I promised I'd get her to you safely.
Softly, my friend. Voices carry over water.
I should get back before someone thinks to look for me.
First, you'll want your pay. 10,000, was it?
10,000.
Wait! You don't want the Queen to hear, do you? 1,000.
Wow. Yeah, his pay, all right. Never trust Lord Baelish. Oh, man. I don't think he gives up his money very easily. 10,000, was it? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I love how he says the worst is over and then he kills someone in front of Sansa.
Come, my lady. I know you've had a difficult day. But you're safe now. I promise you that. You're safe with me. Sailing home.
Safe, is she? I don't know. I don't know. It is interesting, though, that he had that necklace made for that guy to give to Sansa. Yeah, Lord Peter Baelish, always up to something. I like that guy. That actor does a great job. That character is fun. You don't know if you can trust him or not, but he's a good time. Good time. I like that. I like that. Lord Peter Baelish.
You may not have enjoyed watching him die, but you enjoyed it more than you would have enjoyed being married to him. I can promise you that.
But I would have been the queen.
Our alliance with the Lannisters remains every bit as necessary to them as it is unpleasant for us. You did wonderful work on Joffrey. The next one should be easier.
Yeah. Watching him die probably was more pleasant than being married to the guy. So, she's out of it, but she still wants to be the queen. Next one will be easier. My goodness. I'm still not really certain who's going to be the next king, because he doesn't have any children. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm obviously, as we've learned, it's kind of whoever decides to take the throne is the king to some extent. But I'm thinking more as far as like historically, like if you would have died and had no children, I feel like it would still go through to like the closest relative or something. But doesn't mean that reality is gonna stick to that, you know?
Your brother is dead. Do you know what that means? I'm not trying to trick you.
It means I'll become king.
Yes, you will be.
There you have it. Okay, so I was wrong. I guess his brother is going to become king. So we will see if that happens or not. We haven't seen his brother much, so I would hope he'd be a better job than King Joffrey as king. A bit more pleasant, but I don't know. He could be just as bad. He's still Lannister.
What do they all lack?
Wisdom.
Yes.
Wisdom is what makes a good king.
Yes.
You know what's funny? I was thinking that same thing. It sounds like they all lack wisdom. Really cool to hear the history, though, of all these past kings. You know, when his sons or grandsons going through them, like just, you know, being just, lacking in wisdom. You know, just going through all the different things. Strength. What was the third one he said? There was just strength, and then Honor, maybe? No, I don't remember. Jeez, I just heard it and I already forgot. But it doesn't matter. The point is, it's cool to hear the history about all this, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of king he is.
Your brother was not a wise king. Your brother was not a good king. If he had been, perhaps he'd still be alive. Now, as the king, you will have to marry her. Do you understand why?
The king needs a queen.
Yes.
It was Tyrion. He killed him.
I don't think it was Tyrion. I really don't think so. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just very interesting to see the different reactions of people. His mom seems genuinely upset that he is dead, which is, what a good mom should do. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people that will be terribly upset that he's dead. He was not a good king. He was not a good person. And, I mean, heck, he wasn't even a good son. So, but it'll be interesting to see what Jaime Lannister has to say. He's definitely not as close with his son as his sister is, but he, I'm sure, feels a little bit of grief.
I want him dead. Please, Jaime, you have to.
You're a hateful woman. Why have the gods made me love a hateful woman? No.
Stop it!
Oh. My. Yeah. It's not, I wasn't expecting this rape to be involved. Tyrion, I hope he doesn't kill Tyrion. Jaime Lannister doesn't. I really don't think he had anything to do with it. I am not sure. I mean, I agree she's a hateful woman, his sister is, but this whole family is just kind of messed up, Like, I understood where the grandfather was coming from, talking to his grandson about how he's going to be the new king and how Joffrey wasn't a good king, but it is kind of weird to do it over his dead body. Like, I don't know. There's probably a better place and time for it. But then also, and I'm not going to put any of this in. I mean, I'll put the first part because there was nothing really there. But if something does actually happen with Jaime Lannister and his sister and the queen, I obviously will not put that on the YouTube video. But, wow. Yeah, I mean, wow. Yeah. I don't even want to go down that route talking about this.
Friends there.
I doubt it.
7 blessings to you.
What do you want?
What do I want? This is my land.
If I'm standing on it, it's my land.
We were just watering the horses. We'll be on our way. Forgive my father. He was wounded fighting in the war. Our cottage burned down while he was gone, and my mother with it. He's never been the same.
Which house did he fight for?
The Tullys of Riverrun.
There's a storm coming. You'll be wanting a roof tonight. There's fresh hay in the barn. And Sally here makes rabbit stew just like her mum used to do. We don't have much, but any man that bled for House Tully is welcome to it.
Wow. How'd she get that one out? Good for her. I mean, I understand knowing the houses and stuff, but she was just asking, where are we? Look at her. Heck yeah, Arya. Helping out. Man, that's great. That's great. Good for them. Hopefully they can keep this storyline up and not get themselves in trouble, but it doesn't look like the old man with his kids going to do anything. I mean, he's offering them a place to stay for the night, so that's good. Wow. Yeah, I'm still a little shocked with the whole thing with the whole situation. I know I don't want to speak on it, and I'm trying not to, but like, I mean, there was just so much wrong with what we saw in the last clip, you know. King Joffrey, he's dead, and then his two parents, who are brother and sister, are in the same room with him, and then the brother rapes the sister, and that's their kid. It's all messed up. I know I said I wasn't going to really speak on it, but it's just disturbing. And I don't think in that particular instance I was supposed to be on Jaime Lannister's side or on the Queen's side. I just watching, but it was just kind of mind messing with your mind,
And they asked the stranger not to kill us in our beds tonight for no damn reason at all.
Jeez.
I'm so sorry.
I know they're hungry, but man, talk about ungrateful visitors. But I mean, they could be close to starving. I don't know what food they've really had for a long time. So I get it, but it doesn't look like these folks have too much either. You got to be graceful. They're being nice enough to host you. Man. Wow. Wow. Okay. We're so sorry. Let me drink half your soup. Yeah. They might get themselves thrown out.
Fair wages for fair work.
What did you do?
Get your horse saddled.
You told me you weren't a thief.
I wasn't.
He took us in. He fed us. And
Aye, he took us in. He's a good man. His daughter makes a nice stew. And they'll both be dead come winter.
You don't know that.
I do know it. He's weak. He can't protect himself. They'll both be dead come winter. Dead men don't need silver.
You're the worst shit in the Seven Kingdoms.
He's plenty worse than me. I just understand the way things are. How many stars they got to behead before you figure it out?
Get a lot of looks. I hear them making their jokes, but no one's touched me, if that's what you mean.
I worry about it sometimes. All the time.
Why'd you worry about it?
100 men, 1 woman.
They've got other things to think about.
That's the only thing they think about.
Being silly.
Man, good for Sam trying to be protective. I didn't say anything about the dog and Arya, but man, I appreciate Arya, heart of gold, and then the dog, I mean, I don't know. I'm glad he didn't kill them, I'm glad he didn't kill the little girl and her dad, but he clearly beat him up. Hopefully he didn't use any blades. Well, he might have. I don't know. I get the whole he'll probably be dead by winter, but I know it's a different time to, from when this is filmed, or not from when this is filmed. Well, that too, but the show, like, it's back in the olden days. I'm just still a firm believer on relying on God rather than going out and stealing and hurting other people for your own benefit. I'm still like I'm all okay with self-defense and all that, but I don't like that mindset. And me having the mindset kind of more like Arya, I maybe wouldn't have made it back in those times. I might have, and maybe I would have had a different mindset too. It's because it's partly to how you're raised and the time of the years that you're raised, versus back in the olden days, But everybody gets old or dies before they get old, but I don't know. It's just it's sad, but I kind of understand both sides. I would not be able to do that. I don't think just steal from him. I don't know why he couldn't have just stayed and worked a week or two and made some money and then left. But I guess time is of the essence. Winter is coming. All of that. I'm not throwing out there like saying I'd be better than him or something like that. I just, it's at different times, and I have a hard time grasping that kind of behavior. And there's still people today that do that kind of stuff, but I just choose to rely more on God to provide. And sometimes that's a struggle, to be honest with you. I mean, sometimes it feels like he doesn't provide enough or as soon as I'd like him to, but I still would rather trust God than go out and rob people. Plus, in today's society, I mean, they throw you in jail and all that. So, I don't know. Just food for thought as they're plucking chickens or rabbits or something.
Are you bored of me?
Bored of you? I want to protect you.
I'll get these to Hob. Keep an eye on little Sam.
I mean, that's nice that he wants to protect her and everything, but I don't know, sending her away. I don't know. It's just, I mean, what are you gonna do? Send each other's letters? I mean, that's not a good relationship in that day and age. I mean, you can send pigeons to each other, but I don't know. It just, I think as long as the right people don't want her getting hurt, Sam, but more importantly, all of his leaders, of course there's that chance, but there's that chance anywhere. I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, that's good that he cares about her and wants to protect her, but I don't think he's really told her how he really feels. He's told her that he wants her protected, but he hasn't really explained why. So
I will not become a page in someone else's history book. I'm running out of time, Sir Davos. Which means you're running out of time.
Dang. Yeah, I mean, he does need to press his claim sooner rather than later. That's for sure. But, I mean, if they don't have the men, they don't have the money, what are they going to do? Just show up with Lady in Red and let her take it from there? I don't know. I mean, it's true the magic seems to be working. The gods seem to be helping them, but I mean, it's not like they're wizards yet. I don't know. They don't have dragons. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if they are going to do it.
King of Westeros?
But that's not you.
I need to get their attention. Oh. Right.
Wow. Well, good luck with that. That's cool that she's still teaching him how to read. And bouncing ideas off of her seemed to help tremendously. Because, I mean, he's playing with fire. Because, well, fire. Lord of Light, fire. See prophecies in the fire. Burn people at the stake, fire. Sorry. But no, seriously, I mean, he's playing with his own life, I don't know how much time he's got. Like Lord Stannis Baratheon said, time is of the essence. They're running out of time. And he said that his time would be running out too. How is this any safer for her than the wall? I mean, it's farther south, so I mean, there's that at least. But I feel like she'd be safer with Sam. Really, seeing this establishment, it seems a little precarious. I think that's the word I'm looking for.
You'll be safer here. Who's going to protect you at Castle Black? Me?
You protected me north of the wall.
This is different. They're brothers of the Night's Watch, and I can't just stab them in the back. And I can't run away, which is what we did at Craster's. You have to trust me. It's for the best.
Best for you.
Gilly.
Yeah. I do kind of think it is the best for Sam. I feel like he's not really taking her feelings into account, which sucks, because I don't feel like she's very necessarily safe in either place, but she wasn't safe north of the wall either. So it's just in this day and age, there's not really anywhere safe to be. You know, kind of like Sansa. I don't know if she's safer with Lord Peter Baelish. She might have been safer to stay in the city. You know, they didn't initially accuse her of poisoning King Joffrey. I don't know. I mean, it's hard knowing. It's hard knowing, but it does seem like Sam is kind of, I mean, I think he's thinking it's best for her, but that establishment he took her to, I wouldn't feel comfortable there or safe there. It's just a brothel is what it looks like, with, you know, spare rooms and, well, I guess brothels usually have spare rooms, but, you know, I don't know. They also serve food. I don't know.
Would you like to sit?
No, thank you.
Some wine.
All right, that was good. Yeah. Do you want to sit on this disgusting bed that we all just slept on together? No, thank you. Yeah, I would say no too. I'm not gonna put any of that in, but I don't understand the purpose of that.
No, the king is dead. The Greyjoys are in open rebellion. A wildling army marches on the wall, and in the east, a Targaryen girl has 3 dragons. Before long, she will turn her eyes to Westeros. Only the Dornish managed to resist Aegon Targaryen and his dragons.
Interesting. A lot of things are happening here. Man, I'm hopeful I'm keeping up, but asking him to be a judge and then he gets to be on the small council for the king. And this guy, he's just the prince, and what, his brother is the king. And so he's just been more of a partier, but he also wants vengeance for his sister. So I don't know what he'll say, if he'll agree to that or not, but what an offer.
I would like to think, if I were arranging a royal assassination, I'd plan it in such a way that I wouldn't be standing there gawking like a fool when the king died.
I'm supposed to get a list of names from you, my lord. Anyone who might testify on your behalf.
Oh, I can call my own witnesses. How generous of them. Very well.
I agree Tyrell would be smarter, you know, if he was to plan the king's death. I don't think he would. I don't think he'd be standing there when he dies. You know, he would have made it so there would be less involvement. You know, you wouldn't necessarily know that he was the one that did it. I agree with him, though, that, you know, the world's better off without King Joffrey, but it is a shame that he's going to stand trial on something that I personally don't think he had anything to do with. He's claiming he has nothing to do with it. On the flip side, well, maybe it was Peter Baelish. I mean, maybe. I don't know. We'll never know, because the guy that was helping Peter Baelish out died. I don't think Peter Baelish is going to admit to anything. I don't know why he would want to, unless he really just wants Sansa, but I don't know why he'd want to kill the king. I mean, I think Lord Peter Baelish wants to be the king, but I don't know how killing King Joffrey is going to help any. I don't know.
Pord, I am giving you an order. Go and find my brother and tell him I need him. And get yourself out of King's Landing before it's too late.
Pord!
This is farewell.
Farewell.
I was wondering, because he never really finished what he was saying. Was he saying he was going to testify against him? I'm sure he said no. But Tyron is right. You know, he needs to get out of there. You know, he's not safe either after he, you know, clearly stated his side, basically. Now he's going to be under investigation of sorts, and they might loop him into responsibility. I'm curious as to who is the person that did this, though. They seem to be pretty smart. Pretty smart. Man, that's sad. His own little army, not army, but his own group is kind of breaking up, you know? And they said Braun. They said Braun is under investigation as well. So that's really a shame. I hope we don't lose Tyron. I really hope we don't lose him.
Let me guess. Potatoes. Well, no one boils a potato better than your mum. She got...
Diamond!
Wow. Okay. Nobody boils a potato better than your mom. She got... I don't know why that's funny. It's not funny. That's terrible. Okay, here they are. Here we go. It's just... Oh, goodness.
Those your parents? Open your eyes. I'm going to eat them. Do you hear me? I'm going to eat your dead mama, and I'm going to eat your dead papa. Go tell the crows at Castle Black.
This poor child. He'll never be the same. Oh, goodness. Wow. Wow, that's traumatic. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's traumatic. Okay. He's gonna eat his parents.
We must remember our first responsibility. We are the Watchers on the Wall.
There's got to be a way to protect them.
The Watchers on the Wall. Well, they climbed the wall, and now you're not protecting anybody because they're already in the south killing people. So, isn't the whole idea of the wall to protect... I guess it's not to protect from the wildlings, but I mean, yes, protect the wall, but you have to protect the wall from people climbing it and killing people. They're already here. I think his thought process is more the Dead Walkers or the with the Walking Dead, but the zombie type creatures. I think that's more what he's thinking of, but I don't know. I mean, there's already people over here killing people. They're not doing a very good job of protecting the wall. I mean, who cares about a wall? I get it. It's stopping everybody else from coming in, but I feel like, the wall's already not served its purpose because they already got through. Some people did, but maybe they're thinking of the broader picture, letting people die from those men and then keeping the walkers out, I guess is what they're maybe thinking. The White Walkers, that's what I was thinking of, White Walkers.
I don't think I can kill 100 wildlings.
Yeah. Not a good situation that Jon Snow's found himself in yet again. I don't think... I don't know. They don't have enough men. Protecting the wall is great, but they've already crossed the wall, and I just, they don't have very many men. They don't have enough men. And the ones they do have, I guess quite a few of them are good fighters like Jon, but a lot of them are not necessarily well trained. So, well, they're just, because they're just the people protecting the wall. The Night's Watch, they're all just thieves and rapists and all these criminals. So, are they really going to want to put their life on the line for the wall? Khaleesi, you going to march on a castle again?
Make it worth their while?
He is very brave, Your Grace.
Yes. Win or lose, as long as the whole city's watching.
Okay. That was kind of funny, though. He just rides out on his horse and then takes a leak. Yep. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see what happens. 1v1. 1v1 me, bro. Come at me, bro. Well, their champion wasn't very good. I mean, I get it. Getting thrown from a horse, I probably wouldn't be very good either. Get the wind knocked out of you at least, and then get killed right away. He wasn't gonna even wait for him to get up. So, but there he goes. Their champion is dead. They seem shocked. Nice.
Kostrivis Gevia Ixa inobi Petra Gemo Vestretis, Piedauri Gemo Vestretis, Daria Gema, Doria Udroponto Sitiman, Merigemi I Vestran. Elai Astropotistan, Astropot Dohetrossa, Sirinio Ingoti Orzi, Dairi, Emebetas.
Okay. Yeah. Guess we'll have to wait till next week to find out what happens. But, I mean, so far, everybody's joined her. And I still appreciate that she's standing on what she says. She's not demanding they do anything. She's offering them a chance for freedom. And then if they want to stick with her, they can, or they can just leave. That's a pretty good deal, And it seems to be working well for her so far. Her strategy is paying off. But, yeah, I'll leave you with that. I'm going to wrap up my thoughts. If I have anything to add, I will add that here momentarily. All right, you've made it to the end of the video. I did have just one or two things to say. I was a little wishy-washy with a little bit of my comments involving the Lannisters, mainly Jaime, his wife, and Joffrey. I just wanted to make it very clear, with no question at all, I do not condone rape. I am not a fan of it. I shied away from speaking on the topic, not because, well, for one, I have no knowledge or involvement in that topic really at all. I just know it's bad, and it's not something that's, it's a serious topic, and I wasn't trying to avoid it. I don't want you to get the wrong idea and think that I'm okay with it, because I'm not. I understand this is a TV show. I get that. I've already made my thoughts very clear on my opinions and stuff on sex, so I don't have to go too deep into that. I think you all understand how I feel about that. I just want to make it clear, that I'm not a fan of that. Yes, I know it's pretend, it's a TV show. I understand that. And I don't think I'm meant to be a fan of that either. So, that being out of the way, I did enjoy the episode. There was some sex scenes. I think the part with Jaime Lannister and the rape, that I feel like there's probably some storyline to it, as well as the prince. I made faces because that's how I feel, disgusted, but maybe looking back and rewatching the episode, there might be more to the reason behind it than what I initially gave it. Kind of with this entire show, I've been very harsh on the show due to the sexual nature of it, and I'm not a huge fan of nudity. I'm not apologizing for my thoughts and opinions because they're my thoughts and opinions, but I am trying to be better understanding that there are different reasons for a story that they might have those types of interactions in the show. So I'm trying to be more open-minded. I've been told by many comments, that I'm not open-minded, and I need to be. And I'm not going to change my thoughts and opinions, but I do want to give the show the benefit of the doubt because it's a great show. Because up to this point, I would say for the most part, the different scenes that involved nudity, there was, with a few exceptions, there was reason for the story for them to be there. Again, I'm not going back on what I say. I'm not going to apologize for that, for my opinions. But I'm trying to be not as closed-minded when it comes to watching Game of Thrones. That being said, I did still really enjoy this episode. I'm curious what's going to happen with Lord Tyrion. I don't want to see him die. I like that character too much. I like Bronze as well. And I don't want to see him die. I want to see him continue on in the show. I think he's a major player in the show, and he brings some humor, which is needed just by his wit. And so I do hope that he does not die off in the show. So I would like to see Bronze again as well. I think he's a good character as well. Him and the Imp have a good bond, as well as their squire. I think the three of them are really great together. I hope that's not the last we see of those three together. I am hopeful whoever the killer of King Joffrey, I do hope that he gets caught. And the reason I hope that is just because I don't want someone that had nothing to do with it be blamed for it and potentially killed for it when it wasn't necessarily their doing. I'm curious if Peter Baelish had any hands in the fire. I think he is a player that's kind of behind the scenes, but always has a lot of pots in the fire. He always has a lot of different things going on. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if he had some sort of involvement, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he has it set up in a way where it would never be tracked back to him. So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode, and let me know your comments, your thoughts. I'd like to hear it. We might not always agree on things, but that's okay. That's the beauty of the internet. You can share your opinions with each other. So be that good or bad, it's the internet. Anyways, I'll stop rambling. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Stay tuned for next week, another Game of Thrones. I also wanted to mention I've got kind of an important update coming out on Saturday. I'd appreciate if you tune in, just about personal things, different personal goals I want to achieve when it comes to my weight. I explain more about it in that video, but I would appreciate it if you wouldn't mind checking it out. I'm going to post that Saturday at 6 a.m. Eastern. So that's it. I will see you all soon. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.